Haverhill on Clark versus Jeffrey Thompson. Did you get that in the lettering?
I was just thinking about that. Mr. Thompson is not checked in.
No, he's right. He's here.
Good morning. My name is Edward Long. I'm an AHL 715.
All right.
I'm here for the plaintiff this morning.
All right. Very good. Mr. Thompson, can you state your name, please, sir? All right. Very good. And who's here with you? We don't want anybody left out.
Dexter is here. She's the manager of the facility.
All right. Fantastic. All right. And where are we, folks, on this case?
Still in position of the facility that they would like possession of this unit.
All right.
Oh, that was like you.
Well, you need to speak up.
Really, we haven't done everything that I can. Just well,
Go ahead, Miss. Hang on a second, okay? Take your time and just tell me what. Go ahead. What were you saying?
worked really hard to get my family right now. We think back to CMH, like I have a 3-hour session with them today. I feel really good about myself for the first time in a long time. It's just that I've been through a lot. That's not an excuse, but my dad died, and I keep my unit up. I mean, I get along really well with my neighbors. And my aunt just passed 2 nights ago.
Have you did plaintiff get any medical records or medical documentation?
We received a letter from a medical professional after last hearing saying that he was under the care. Was under his care. It's Dr. Stilger.
Yes.
But there have been multiple incidents of erratic behavior and damage to the facility caused by this tenant. And
Since the time of being in court and coming here?
since the time that this action was filed, yes, but his tendency was.
Well, I want to make sure I'm clear on that. From the time you filed, have other incidents occurred?
Yes.
Since we filed.
Okay.
Yes, so there were 2 incidents since we filed.
Okay, and what were the nature of those?
One incident, there was damage to the building, there was blood left in the hallways. And then the second incident, I was found in the middle of the street.
Pardon?
The second incident, he was found in the middle of go outside, half dressed by the police.
I was not half dressed. I was, well, they told me that when I got to the hospital. That's not true. Well, everything's actually pictures taken by people in the facility of the defendant being in the street.
Pardon?
There are residents of the facility who took pictures of him in the street. But I wasn't naked. I wasn't half dressed. They told me I had my clothes on.
Boxers, t-shirt, boxer shorts, socks, t-shirt.
Underwear, basically. No, it were shorts. They were something. Okay. It's being criticized.
I'm sorry. Go,
I did everything I needed to do when I was hospitalized, and I'm getting treatment. I'm just feeling. Had things stolen from me at the property, and I keep it in place to get along really well with the neighbors. My neighbors really like me.
let me ask you this. Mr. Thompson, we kind of went through this the last time. At the point in time, what I was hoping to get and what we had indicated to council. Were you able to, if you remember this, what we were trying to do was to show or at least give some indication that something was happening with you at the time of these incidents. Remember that?
It was,
Pardon?
it was, I wasn't on medication at the time, they just introduced medication, so. I've been on the regimen now, we'll go back to review next week. I met with the psychiatrist last week again, and he said that he would come in and talk to you if he needed to, but there was a lot of bad things going on at that time, and
No, I know that's what you were indicating, and what we were trying to get was for at least plaintiff's consideration and maybe the court's consideration at some point in time. That there were certain issues regarding medication, right? And where you were actually, if I'm recalling correctly, you had indicated you were off medication.
yeah,
And then there was a series of things, and I'm just trying to recall off the top of my head the last time, correct me if I'm wrong, okay? That you had gotten yourself back on your medication,
yes.
understanding that was going to take some time to, in any event, settle into your system.
We're still tweaking that, that's what I have to go back.
Pardon?
We're still tweaking that regimen, that's what I have to go back for next week. But it's stabilized, it's good, I feel really good, I feel really good about myself, so.
These other two incidents, what dates did they happen?
And I remember the exact dates. The most recent one was about a month ago. It was probably 2 days prior to the last court date. The court date didn't show up. And then we got the judgment granted, the default judgment. So a couple days before that missed court date, that's when the first sentence.
When he was hospitalized.
Yes.
And so the event, this is the one in the street, happened 2 days before that. That almost kind of makes sense because then we had the court date, he's hospitalized at that moment. And you don't have the date on the other.
The date on the
Pardon?
There hasn't been any problems since I had any.
No. Here's what I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure out the date that they're saying there was this other event. You follow that, Mr. Thompson? Okay. But we don't know that date.
It was in October.
So was it? Was it right around the time of, say, what would have been the first hearing in this case? You think so? Because if you're saying October,
Yes, I think.
and the first hearing was in October. October 17th is what I have. So it was right around that time, ma'am, you think? Okay. And at that time, you were not medicated.
No.
Okay, so let me ask you this. When did you first get medicated? Well, that's a stupid question. All right, so let me ask it this way. These events start occurring. There's a point in time where you're not medicated, right? Then at some point, you may have ended up in the hospital or talked to your, whatever it is. Then you begin they figure out that they're going to put you on some type of medication.
3 medications.
Gotcha. Okay, that's fine. And do you recall when the time frame when that occurred?
I was in the hospital and shortly thereafter. When they introduced the medication for But I was off my meds before because I wasn't taking the first step, right? I decided to start a second step.
I got you. So, but you don't remember when that date was? No, it's okay. It's all right that you don't remember. I mean, I'm asking people dates and I can't remember yesterday. But you were, and then the Medicaid, and then, and again, sir, correct me if I'm wrong on this, okay? But as they give you the medication, they're probably telling you, warning you, and you also probably know your system's going to have to adjust to it. That there's not going to be these sort of miracle pills and all of a sudden everything's going to be okay, right?
That's what the doctor said, that we have to tweak it as we go along.
Okay. What I'm trying to figure out is how far are you into, and the reason I was looking for the date is I was trying to figure out like how far you're into that process.
Since I told you about the beginning of November, it's like maybe 2 months now. Maybe.
Okay. All right. No, that's fine. So you've been on it 2 months.
See him again this coming week.
Pardon?
I see the doctor again this coming week. And then I have skimmage today, 3 hours.
Have you been down? I know we've kind of been through this process, but I don't know that you were in a, and I don't mean this badly, but you were in a state necessarily to follow all of the instructions the court was giving. Okay. Have you been down to talk to legal services?
Yes. Mr. Alex Henry sent me an email yesterday and asked me if I was doing okay.
Okay.
I haven't seen them recently.
Okay. Let me ask you this. And maybe you know, maybe you don't know the answer to this. Was he asking you that because of your connection to R1 or because you had called him in regard to this case? Do you know?
He's following on both. He saw that my name was here with you today and R1, that's still active. We're still in the process with a different court now, and it's
Pardon?
it's still active. It's with a different court. The R1 case, and so we have to still go to those hearings too.
I know. There are actually now 3 courts involved, which is just a wonderful process.
It's a bad place.
Pardon?
That was a bad place.
I know. And you're still trying, from the whole situation you had with R1, that's how you ended up here, right? That's what I recall. Pardon?
Latasha helped to get me here, along with the rest of the team. They've been really nice. It was a bad place. Bad place.
I know.
And we know some of it, but I wish you could have seen like just how bad it was. Stuart Beale is not a nice man.
Pardon?
Stuart Beale is not a nice man. All right.
No, it's okay. It's okay, Mr. Thompson. Maybe you don't know this, just as a side note. I was going to take, and I don't know if you had heard, I was going to do the extraordinary step because the tenants are telling me one thing, management was telling me another thing, and usually I'll just listen and hear.
He's
Do what I was
so
going to
many
do.
times he's lied. He just lies.
I know. Well, I don't know that, but the one thing they went to an extraordinary extreme to stop, I don't know if you knew this, is that I had prepared for all the security. I was going to go out there and see it myself.
Well,
And the day I was going to do that, everybody's positions start changing about things.
Everybody's so glad that you're able to help them, you know, they really do, like. It's just a bad place. Not bad people, the people, we're not bad people, we're good people, we're just people who had bad times.
As I see it, since I'm not well, I'm kind of involved in it, but with the cases that I've been able to look at, you were good people that were in deplorable conditions. Um, is that why you weren't taking your medication? Why'd you
I
stop?
was scared. I lost my dad, just lost my aunt, my mom's not doing well. I'm on my own, I'm.
Okay. And the world just became overwhelming for you.
Yeah.
Okay. And and while all that's going on, you just come out of, or we're still in the midst of this Arbor One thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not a bad person.
Yeah. You know something? And I'm going to say this. I know you're not a bad person
Thank you.
because I don't talk to bad people this long. All right. I usually let him talk to him. I'll say a couple words, but then Mr. Allen takes over. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Did Mr. Henry say anything about that he would represent you in this?
They didn't have the resources, he said he would, but they didn't, the services didn't have the resources. I'm so stretched thin right now with everything else.
Did they refer you to anyone else like the Michigan Clinical Law or anything like that? This is set for F. This is set for final settlement today. All right. And so the complex isn't willing to do anything either in terms of a conditional order of dismissal or a probationary agreement. They're not willing to do anything. Is that what I'm hearing?
No.
Because if they're not, then I might as well just set it for trial and I'll just listen to everything and rule on it. Pardon?
They're not lying. They have given a valid notice to quit 30 days.
I understand the procedure, counsel. I'm just trying to figure out where they are in terms of any possible resolution of this case.
My discussion with my client today was that they want possession of property at this point. The other attorney that talked to me last time said that he was going to try and work with me.
I think it's possible, maybe.
Go ahead, ma'am. What were you going to say?
Just have a voucher. If maybe we can give him some additional assistance, maybe like a living caregiver, someone who is there to help him through the process of what he's going through, because he really is a nice guy. We don't want to have to go through this process with him, but because of the threat to the community with the psychotic episodes and the damage to the property, of course, ownership is pushing for eviction. But I did speak to the regional manager and she's willing to work out a resolution, but it has to be something where it's actually more than medication or, maybe some extensive outpatient treatment. We want to see something to ensure that these episodes don't continue.
Hold on. Okay. So let me ask you this, Mr. Thompson. Right now, and I don't think we're saying anything that's in violation of what may be your privacy. So how, because you said it, you're seeing a psychiatrist now, right? Oh,
Yeah, Dr. Stolzer, Dr. Timberlake.
okay. And um, you're on medication, right? And they're working you through that process of medication, right? Okay. And I just want to tell you, if I ask a question, and it's okay to do this to me about your medical, and you don't want to tell me, you don't have to tell me. Okay. And I'm not gonna get mad. Okay. That doesn't mean I'll stop talking to you and you got to talk to Alan. You got me? Okay. All right. So out outside of that, have they put any other services in place for you?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Okay, that's fair. Have they said anything about I don't think it would necessarily be an outpatient type of thing, but have they talked about any other types of
I see my therapist once a week. If you remember Amy.
so you're on a once a week?
Yeah, Amy, I
Okay.
see Amy. She said that she was gonna send you a letter and then,
Amy did?
yeah,
Okay, I don't have that.
she said she sent it, I think, 2 weeks ago. And then, Shed and Jamie at CMH are the people that Shed's the case manager at CMH. It's who I'm going to see today. I would see them every Tuesday from 12:30 to 3.
So, okay, let me just follow here. Okay, you said a lot there. So every week you see your therapist
On Thursdays, yeah.
on Thursdays, and then you're with CMH. And how many times, what's your involvement with CMH on a weekly basis?
It's the men's trauma that they have me going through right now. I'm going through that the last couple of months.
Okay, so let me ask you this. How, pardon?
Since our role, they put me there.
Got it. Okay. And so that's been a couple of months that you've been in that. How's that working for you?
I love
Huh?
Amy and Shed, creative. I love that. I really do. They're good people. They're really good people. You can say anything in there, and there's nice to you with whatever you're challenged with. And CMH is so great. I mean, they're just so, the people really try hard to help you, but yeah, I don't always understand what I do, like why I do it, but it's helped me to like understand my behaviors and my patterns. And,
Got it.
you know,
Let me ask you this.
So it helps.
When all of a sudden you're about to go in, and I'll call it crisis, something happens and you're about to go in. Let's say you leave here today, okay? And God forbid, but let's say all of a sudden that begins to occur for you. What are you going to do, you think?
The first person I can call is somebody at the crisis center, 734-577-3151. And
So you got you got it.
The last time I was in here, I called Kelsey. I called Kelsey like right when I was in here because the other attorney wasn't very. He was pretty stern and like really scared me at the point. So, I get nervous. So
No, I know.
Kelsey was so nice. She calmed me down and they wanted to make sure that I got there as soon as I left here.
So
They're always nice to me, and they don't judge me. They don't try and criticize me. They do everything they can to try and help. And it's not an easy thing to talk about, but I love. I can't speak. I have enough about them. They're just so nice.
okay, I wasn't aware of that, but one of the last times you were here, you had things kind of got to you, and so, but
I still get jumpy in the apartment from time to time, different sounds, just because of all the sounds I had in Latasha. You guys talked about it. The guy below me was beating up his girlfriend for the longest time, and the last time it was right out in the parking lot on the hood of his car. He's beating the hell out of her. His dogs were running around the car, and a guy came up the hall the one time, and he had a knife that he was pushing into the wall. And I'm not.
So that all, hold on a second, but that all causes some reaction for you. And so here's what I'm worried about. All of these things, and as I sit here as a judge, I wish I could control everything in the world. I can't. But all of these things are occurring around you, right? And there's something that happens with you. Much like with the attorney that you thought was being stern, he's probably just representing his client, but he's being stern with you.
He said he stopped me in the hallway and he said that he thought Doug's a nice guy. He just wanted me to relax. He was nice after he scared the hell out of me before that.
Attorneys do that. Okay. And Mr. Thompson, I'll say this. I mean, I have to rule how I have to rule, but I think you're a nice guy too.
Thanks, Judge.
All right. And so what we have to figure out, we have to figure out a way, if you're able to stay there, and it can be resolved in that fashion, of basically certain types of programming that's in place that you're going to continue on. Okay. That would give, and I can't guarantee that that's what their ultimate decision will be, but will give them the assurance that they're not going to have the issues that are caused by this. Okay.
I live on a really nice floor. The building gets quiet. And my neighbors are just great. They're really good people. Got two on the one side. And I guess I shouldn't say names, but
No, don't. You don't have.
Really nice. And the one really looks out after me when she can. She even knew that my mom was sick. We found my aunt dead in her apartment 2 nights ago. And she called, and she kept calling, she keeps calling, and she said, there's a white envelope outside your door. She goes, do you want me to collect it? It's for the recertification for. She's called my mom, and she wanted to make sure my mom was okay. My mom's just a wreck right now. I spent the last couple nights with her.
Okay.
It's just bad. It's just one thing bad after the next thing or the next. And it's I know I can't look at everything as bad. I'm not a victim. It's just, and that's where CMH helps. That's where he helps. Dr. Stilcher. And I think I'm a smart guy. I went to school, and because of the health diagnosis, they just sent me to the sclerosis. I can't. There's nothing I can do to change that. But that always happened.
All right. Okay, Mr. Thompson, who could put together for us a list of what you're doing right now for the plaintiff's consideration?
Probably Amy or Shad at CMH. Amy's that you'll know.
Okay, because I didn't, although you've been here, I didn't know that you were in the men's trauma group. Or it for whatever reason, it may not have quite come up. I didn't realize you were doing that. I didn't realize all of your involvement with CMH and the like. And so before, I guess, do anything, what I'd like to have is, I want to know what you're doing so that they can know what you're doing. So that if there's a possibility of an agreement, those things part of that agreement may be those things have to continue.
Yeah, it's helpful.
You see what I'm getting at?
Yeah.
Okay, so how soon can you get a list of what you're?
I could talk to Shad today.
Okay, let's do this. Let me do it this way. Okay. Because I think once you leave here, you say the things, but I don't know that it happens like it should. And that may not be your fault at all. Okay. Um, can you get through to Amy now if you had to?
Yeah.
And tell her what I'm looking for to get to the plaintiffs? You can make a call to her. You have your cell phone with you? Okay, do that. Now, Mr. Thompson, let me ask you another question. This is a hard one. What's your biggest fear with this court proceeding outside of me?
I just don't want anybody mad at me. I don't want to lose my home. It was really hard to get it. The psychiatrist always says the same thing. He's like, you have so much potential, you just need the help to get over the hump. And I'm doing that. I mean, I recognize that I'm doing that, but it's scary to know that everything you've worked for, I've been homeless for a long time prior to that. And I never thought coming out of school, coming out of college, that I'd ever be in that home. Never. I mean, I came from a good family. I came from people that worked really hard. My dad was a garbage man for 37 years in the city of Detroit. And he was really proud of his son. The last place he saw, he was so excited that I got into the new place at Everhill because he knew what a hole the other place was. And that's where he died. He died knowing that I was making those conditions. And there was nothing I could do to stop that. But I was so excited when I got to Everhill. And Tasha really helped get me there. So I appreciate it. I've just been through a lot. I really have. And I appreciate you listening.
All right, Mr. Thompson. And there's a reason why I asked that. Okay. Because for right now, and this is one thing I want you to remember. In terms of your losing your home at this point, or those things that as part of this proceeding, people not liking you or whatever, I'm going to tell you this. To the best of my ability, when you're here, no one will disrespect you. But that applies to everybody that's in here. So you don't have to worry. When you're here, you don't have to worry about that. Okay? The other thing, and I want you to, we'll probably have to give another date to get things in place. But in that interim, with regard to your housing, I don't want you worried about that right now either. Okay? I want you to focus on you and trying to get yourself to a certain point. Okay. Now it may turn out that I have to do something. We have to figure something else out. May come down to that. But right now, Mr. Thompson, that's not what you need to worry about. Okay. I tell people this, and I think you know it because you've seen me in court. Nothing is going to happen to you in your housing until I say so. And right now, I haven't said so. Fair?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, why don't you go do this? Go make your call. Let's find, you understand what we're looking for?
Yeah.
Ask her how soon she could put together a list of what you're involved in now.
Okay.
And if she can do it right now and get it over to my staff, then we can get it right to plaintiff so that they can consider it. But I don't want to put a rush on her, but give her a call and see.
I can call you too at CMH.
Okay.
See if they can help too.
All right. You understand what we're looking for?
Yeah.
A list of what you're involved in, how often.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So let me pass the matter. You go make those calls and then I'll call the case back up and we'll see. All right. You're welcome, Mr. I may need like 5 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
All right, folks, give me 5 minutes. I'll come right back. Court's continuing.
All right.
In order to dismissal. We were back in conference. Mr. Fleming, you read this over and we went through the terms. Is that correct?
Yes,
And you were satisfied with those terms?
yes.
All right. And I had questioned you specifically regarding any questions you had and you had none. Is that correct?
Yes,
And I advised you of your rights under the 3-day rule. Is that right?
yes.
All right. At this point, do you have any other questions regarding this? All right. Fantastic. This case is conditionally dismissed.
Thank you.
Thank you. Did we get something?
So the clerk's office brought this down. This is the original. I made a copy. And we did. Mr. Thompson is not coming. Oh, is he? Oh, sure. He sneaks in on me, I swear. Okay, then. Yeah, then that's.
Fantastic. That's a copy
This is a
for
copy
for counsel. For all right. Court recalls case of Haverville versus Thompson. I don't know. All right. And you got through to Amy, correct? Right, but she got through. She sent us a letter. Did you get a copy of this? We'll make sure to give you a copy also, okay? Of what she sent. So, and I realize, counsel, you guys have just gotten this, but here's what I'd like to do. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this over to another day. Let plaintiff consider what's in that letter and whether or not that can be an appropriate framework. Hopefully, maybe we can work out some type or what can be worked out between the parties. What the court would like to see is some probationary type of agreement that he has to follow through on these things. If he doesn't follow through on the things, or if there's another incident, that then he might do it that way. So we could have a conditional dismissal with whatever terms might be satisfactory. All right. You have any other questions, Mr. Thompson? All right. And so how long would it take for you to kind of have that conversation that you guys are going to need to have?
So I'll go back to the regional today. We'll discuss it.
Okay. I have the 20th. Is that right? And the 27th. 20th work? Okay. So I'll adjourn this final settlement conference to January 20th, 2026 at 9. And I would just advise folks that if we can't reach a resolution at that time, then I'll set it for trial. All right? Okay. Thank you. Take care and Happy New Year to you guys. Gil Sanford versus Susie Norman. Miss Norman is in. There she is. Your name, sir?
I'm Gil Stanford.
All right. And Miss Norman, can you hear me?
I can.
All right. And where are we on this case?
I submitted to the court a bunch of information that you requested in regards to the payments that she had made, the condition of before, or actually from the previous tenant.
Yeah.
And then the condition when she moved in, and then also the condition when she moved out. Have you had a chance to review those?
Well, I've looked at what's been submitted. Ms. Norman, did you get a copy of these?
I did receive a copy at the end of December, the 30th, the 29th and the 30th. I
So you
received
sent a
two.
copy of these to her.
I sent her photos and the copy.
All right.
Sent to the court.
And Ms. Norman, do you have a response to these documents, or is there additional documents that now that you've seen these that you would need to provide to the court?
Well, I do object to the damages that he's claiming. I would like to just say that I thought that the matters between Mr. Stanford and I concluded in October of last year. So and we had an agreement, so I'm surprised that we're still, going through this. But I had a chance to look at the photos and I do object to them. And if this is going to proceed forward, if I could ask the court for time to be able to submit my evidences.
Okay, well, all right. And I guess that's what I was asking. So do you have other documents that you believe contradict what the plaintiffs provided?
I do. And
Okay.
photographs as well.
Okay. So how soon can you gather all of those, provide a copy to the court, and also to the plaintiff in this case?
Well, I'll take what the
Can
court.
you do it in 2 weeks?
I can.
Okay, so here's what I'll do so that we don't waste a lot of time today, sir, is I'm going to let her submit that so you can take a look at that and the court can take a look at that and I can look at everything in context to what the parties are saying. Yeah. And so what I will do is I'll adjourn this matter then to these matters to January 27th, 2026, 9 a.m.
Judge Simpson?
Okay. And I'm just going to indicate that the documents from Ms. Norman should be provided by the 20th of January. Okay, so the sooner you get them out, the better. How did you send the documents, or did you mail them or email?
I mailed them.
Okay, so you can do it the same way. Just make sure to mail out a packet to them. Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Can I ask a procedural question?
Surely.
So there's also an issue of my security deposit. Would that be something that is brought up within this case, or is that something separate when this is finished?
It would be brought up in this case because it would be an offset. It could potentially be an offset to any damages or other claims that he may have.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
It does. The last time.
All right. So here's the thing, folks, with the two of you. You've both been very, very good. So I'm going to try to resolve everything that you guys have so that whichever way it goes, you guys are done.
That would be great. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yes.
And what I was just going to indicate, you're sending that out to him, and Mr. Stanford, if you don't get something, say so that we can try to be ready to go by the 21st or 22nd, then just send an email to my office to let us know, so that if there's a delay in mailing or if it's not all here and everybody's not going to look at it, I'm not going to drag everybody back down here. We'll try to figure out something.
All right.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Thank you, folks.
Thank you.
Send out a notice.
Yes. For the 27th. Yes, we will.
Thank you.
Thank you. Jerome versus Cassidy.
Extra file if you need it.
Well, hold on. Do I have everybody?
Sir, Cassidy is in Zoom.
Got it. I got counsel for the parties, Jerome's. I counsel for Jerome's and for the Cassidys.
Yes,
Right.
Your Honor, I think we're appearing on behalf of the Jerome's, not the plaintiffs in this case.
Yes. No,
Oh, okay.
really?
I
Boy, I haven't followed that along after the last 30 hearings. I get that.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm new. So
Yes, I do. Well, and that's what I'm saying. I said, that's not Lloyd. So I don't know. But I was informed you're representing,
Eric and Paula Cassidy, that's
so
correct.
you're representing both.
I am representing.
Okay, good. So that has all come together.
I don't have anybody for Cambridge.
Just a bundle of sunshine.
A ball.
A ball of sunshine. Okay, I don't have anybody for Cambridge. And trying to recall, is Miss Tope gonna be here?
I'm checking now, but I don't believe I have any communication from this. And she's normally pretty good about communicating.
It was nice of you to say it that way. So do any of you know with reference to Miss Tope?
I have not heard from her regarding this particular motion, Your Honor. We did serve her with the motion, and she's been otherwise in communication with me on other matters as recently as I think yesterday.
I haven't heard from this Joe.
All right, so is everybody prepared to go ahead with your motion then?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. The motion before the court is to, the court to obtain, concurrent jurisdiction over the monetary claim which exceeds the court's limit at 25,000, or in the alternative, that the damage claim for unpaid rent be removed to circuit court. At the time of filing of the motion, it was all parties, and it was all parties in through counsel's preference that this court keep jurisdiction to hear the monetary claim, given the long history of this case and the court's intimate familiarity with what's going on and how we got here. And it was thought amongst counsel that it was judicially prudent to keep it here instead of starting over in circuit court with a new judge. And so and the court had expressed in the past its willingness or openness to doing so. So I filed a motion to bring that to a head so we can move on. The parties have spent an inordinate amount of time trying to settle this case. It's not happened, and we're ready to move forward with ultimately what is a rent issue from landlord's perspective. So we'd like the court to obtain jurisdiction if the court is willing, and also to move forward with trial. And I understand new counsel wants to clean up some pleadings, which we would be amenable to as well.
You have a position on this?
Thank you, Your Honor. Go from here, wherever.
Either.
First, I will say I appeared yesterday on behalf of the Cassidys.
Yes.
I'm relatively new to the case. As I see it from the docket, Cassidys have not been able to file a response to this motion. I also note that Ms. Tope is not here. Frankly, I think it would be helpful if we could continue this motion to just next week. I can file something by the end.
Okay. So you need time to talk it through with your clients, figure out if that strategically is what you may want to do, and then do.
That would be very helpful.
Okay.
And while I'm making that ask, it'd be helpful if we could also amend. I know that the clients had filed a request to amend or leave so that they could file their answer to the last amended complaint. It would be helpful if I could also do that by the end of the week.
Well, let's do this. Since what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjourn this. I don't think, yes, this has been going on for a long time, but I'm going to adjourn everything, but I'm going to give you time to get to figure out exactly what you want to do. It would be nice if it were a case one could step into and just decide. I think counsel for the plaintiff is correct. I think that everybody was reported to me, got together and decided, yes, we want to kind of go along this path, and they were trying to sure things up. But in fairness, now that the Cassidys have one attorney, because I think, if I'm recalling correctly, I think throughout these proceedings, they've had separate attorneys. for a number of different reasons. I'm going to give you an opportunity to do that and to clean up the pleadings. Have the two of you communicated with each other?
We just did this morning.
Okay, so extensive conversation.
So.
No, that's okay. I think counsel for the plaintiff can give you certainly some background as to where it is, and then you could factor that in as to what you will do. All right. This is the second time I think we have actually technically been here on this motion, and I'd like to resolve it, but I also just want to be fair. So
I appreciate that, Your Honor.
you were going to say something else.
Yes, Your Honor, I understand, fellow counsel just arrived and his requests from his perspective are absolutely reasonable. But Your Honor, it's becoming exceedingly frustrating for the plaintiffs, the defendants to now be on their fourth counsel, which has led to a number of delays, late filings. And you're right, this is the second time we've been here on this motion, and we are very anxious to proceed and not continue to spend time and money while the defendants figure it out. And the prior adjournment was on December 2nd.
That's correct.
And
Yes.
it is now January 6th, and the new appearance from the new attorney was yesterday. There was plenty of time for the Cassidys to do the things that they needed to do. I want to place an objection on the record, and
Yes.
if we're going to give the additional time to have that be the end of the time.
Yeah, it will be. And let me just say this, and I appreciate what you're saying in your objections noted that, but what the court is inclined to do, because we had all talked with the counsel, is do one of two things. If we could get jurisdiction over the whole case through order, then we could do that. But also the court's understanding is I can hear the claims, award the judgment, and then somehow there's a process by which it is then certified in circuit court. So if it exceeded my jurisdiction, you just take that judgment and it's just signed off on by a circuit court judge. There's a process by which it can happen, and on a landlord-tenant matter, particularly. So that is the court's inclination. And I say that not ruling at this time, but I say that for your benefit so that you understand as you have your discussions. That's where I was going to head.
And I appreciate that, Your Honor.
Okay.
I will also note, I know that this was December 2nd. I know that there's been a statement that the Cassidys had a lot of time. I don't want to necessarily put it on the record. I'm happy to approach, and
there are issues with Miss Cassidy. Is that what you're? Yes. And I think we're all aware of that. And so I understand that. I mean, in a lot of ways, it was an odd circumstance because there were issues with an attorney who's not here today. We had to get through all of that. Then the Cassidys have two attorneys. That becomes an issue. And then one attorney, and I don't know the reason, I'm not saying it's bad or anything like that, for Mr. Cassidy leaves, but then another attorney appears, kind of, Mr. Lloyd. But Miss Cassidy, then that issue regarding her counsel had to be solved, and I'm not sure how that, I know what I did, but I don't know how that got resolved within the university. So a lot went on. So, and I appreciate it. I understand the time frame. I understand all of that. And this file just keeps getting bigger, and I don't have files this big. So, all right, so we'll do it. So how much, you were saying a week, are you going to be able to?
I mean, I don't want to delay this, inordinately. A week.
They're so cute when they're young. No.
Thank you.
No. I can do this tomorrow. Anyway, no, but if you have to, you can, right?
If it helps, Your Honor, I'm not able to back in work a week from today, but I could do it 2 weeks from today, on the 20th.
Do I have that day?
You actually don't have.
I don't have 1 week, but I have
You
two.
do 2 weeks on the 20th.
Okay. Oh, no.
Yeah.
We have our one and you're not here.
Yes.
That's sounds like a bad day for me, but that's okay. Well, do I have the 27th? No. I do. Okay, so that you guys don't get behind somebody that, and I have no idea what's going to happen that day. And that Ann won't be here to calm me down if it gets bad. Will the 27th work for you?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Well, okay. Let's do it that way. So I will adjourn the motion out by the 27th. You're going to get all of your pleadings and everything in order. Why don't you do it in case there needs to be any type of response? Could you do that in say 2 weeks?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so get all of that done in 2 weeks, so that way if plaintiff needs to respond, they can.
Perfect.
All right, fair enough? Everyone?
So hearings adjourned until the 27th at 9 AM.
Yes.
And then any revised pleadings would be due on the 20th.
Yes.
Perfect.
Okay, thank you.
And since you're the one causing the problem, can you prepare an order to that effect?
Absolutely.
Since you can do it. All right, fantastic. All right, thank you. Thank you, folks.